welcome to another episode of Get Out of Rap. I've stopped counting how many we've done. It's over 50. It's great to see you Tuesday, the 19th of March. So if you're watching and you regularly watch, thank you. If you're watching for the first time, jump in the comments and say hello. And please remember, I'm not ignoring you. If your comment doesn't show, you just need to refresh LinkedIn, or if someone's comments are showing, why not do me a favor and write their name and then comment again, just so I can read it out. I don't want people to think I'm ignoring them. So I promise you I'm not. Fancy seeing you here, Rob. We had a lovely chat yesterday. Rob is smashing it at Evaluation. Hi, Danny. How are you doing? They are recorded and can be viewed later. That's to Rebecca. Raymondo is here. She's made the move up to Lemon and is going to smash it for the lovely people with Martin and everyone else at Lemon. It's great to see you. And Neris is here as well. Hello, Neris. How are you? You are mentioned later on, Neris. So Toby Larone and Mel Teaser have some comments. I'm really sorry it hasn't shown. Toby and Mel, if you refresh LinkedIn, come back. Please do come back. It should show on my screen. Oh, Marianne's made it. Marianne, lovely to be here. Lovely to see you. The Welsh wizard down there. And Scott. Awesome. The awesome human being that is Scott. Oh, what a group we have here. So my first question for all of you, including Toby and Mel, is say hello in the comments, which some of you have already done. Where are you? Oh, Mel Teaser, Toby Larone. They were made up names. You're going to get me every time, Danny, with that. I haven't engaged my brain. I haven't had my can of Monster yet. Oh, you roister doister. Oh, good. I needed a laugh. Aman, hello, good morning. And Mark is here as well. Hola. So where are you happiest? I'll kick off. I am happiest, and I'm hoping Toby Larone and Matt Teaser answer this as well. I am happiest on a football field. It's where I truly switch off my brain. Oh, g'day, Peter. Peter gets a shout out later as well. I'm going to change my answer, Pete. I'm either happiest on the football pitch or hugging you, I think. Just getting into that big ginger Viking hug. So those two places. Where are you happiest? So for me, it is on any football pitch, playing football. I would say I am in flow state, then that is my happiest point. Where are all of you happy? Danny, I imagine it is either going to be a beehive or on stage doing a comedy turn. Behind a barbecue, watching everyone enjoying themselves. And you've spoken to me about that before. You love feeding people, hosting. Good morning. And I don't want to guess, but Tracy or Spencer. I think Spencer normally lets us know it's him. Please do say if I've got that wrong. Rob is anywhere with a family, very family orientated, whereas mine was just selfish and playing sport, playing football. Where are you happiest? Where are you when you are at peace, happy, content, where all the troubles that have run through your mind? That's Johnny Basra. I'm now very suspicious. It's Fergan. Sincere joy for another's accomplishments or experiences. Pete says somewhere warm, but not too warm. Food and drink and friends and family. Aman says happiest place is a dance floor and letting the music take me away. That's brilliant. Happiest in the countryside, surrounded by sheep under blue skies. Well, you're in the perfect place now, Raymondo, and well overdue, well deserved. Cooking a mega roast dinner for my family and friends. Mark, you're much like Danny. Alan, good morning, all. On a golf course. Yeah, I've a few of my friends from the football team. That's their. They would say they'd rather be on a golf course than playing football or doing anything. So, Alan, it's good to see you, mate. Rob Wilkinson, infamous. So, Johnny, I'm assuming this is a real person now. So, welcome, Johnny. Quitched up in bed, that's a Welsh word, isn't it? With a podcast, a coffee, and my cockapoo buddy. Probably thinking of some raps, Neris. What a lovely word as well. Quitched up in bed. Perfect Welsh word. Luke, g'day, mate. Watching my son playing under 7 soccer. Good for you, sir. Good parent on the sidelines. That's what we love. Good for you. Now, Scott is happiest in the Welsh valleys, woods, rivers, waterfalls. Isn't it brilliant? Here he is, the legend that is Chris. Morning, all. Sorry I'm late. I'm happiest sat in the pub having a tasty beer. Now, of course, Chris is mayor of Puddington up north. He is natural mayor. And he's probably gets free beer in his village pub where he hosts quiz, dresses up, does everything. Blue skies and blue grass. Morris, hello. I had a great chat with Morris the other day. Happiness is about practice. In my dojo, on a boat with family and friends, when I'm teaching or at dinner, or by myself, or when I'm on stage, we choose our state of mind. Wise words, Morris. Wise words indeed. Happiness is a state of mind and an emotion, isn't it? Marianne says, helping others and seeing them smile and laugh. Also, when I am asleep, I love sleeping. Yeah, that's a very good one. Good one, Marianne. I imagine you don't sleep that often. I should have said as well, um, thank you to DDC Outsourcing over there, Value Agent, and OneCom. I don't know why I went that way. Without them, I wouldn't be able to do this. I wouldn't be able to do wouldn't be able to do anything. So thank you to my partners. Still 2 spots available for partners. And as Danny says, you can't beat a bit of blue grass. So much of this is just going over my head this morning. You guys are going to help me get back on track, but I'm still enjoying it. I'm happy right now, which is great. So I want to go to from our happiest where we are right now to something that is. I've been at a couple of events recently, and people have been talking, and I've been asked to provide some words around our biggest. It's a music genre, Martin. Thank you. Sleep 8 hours every night. Well done. It's a music genre. Thank you. Every day is a school day, Danny. Blue grass, green sky. Now, for those of you on TikTok, you'll know that that is associated with a very annoying TikToker. Keeps popping up. Yeah, so what is the most significant challenge our industry currently faces? So all of us that love the contact center world and contact center industry and are working tirelessly to do well in it, and to provide great service for our customers and keep all of our team members and colleagues happy and in the industry and feeling like they've got a great career. But right now, what is the most significant challenge our industry faces? What do you think? I'm very interested to hear your thoughts because you guys, as you've already evidenced, your brain power is far better than mine. So, what do you think is the most significant challenge our industry currently faces? So, in the here and now, what do you think our biggest challenge or most significant challenge is. So Morris is kicking us off with the gap between what we measure and real experiences for colleagues and customers. So we're producing a lot of MI and stats and analytics, and we're measuring some things that have been historical and that we're all accustomed to and use a lot. But what Morris is saying is there's a big gap between that and the real experiences for colleagues and customers. Great one to kick us off. Danny says, as an industry, the perception that it's an unskilled role that people only take until they find a real job. So true, Danny. I think most of us can attest to that. Um, that was genuinely my thinking when I entered the industry straight out of uni and onto the phones. I thought I'll do this until I get a proper job. So yeah, great one. That is still a thing right now. Some 25 years later, is definitely something for us to address. Mark says empathy for staff and customers. Yeah, are we suffering from empathy exhaustion, empathy attrition? Now, Rob is saying keeping agents at the heart of CX. Agent roles have changed. Tech is available in abundance. We haven't got the balance right, and it's a risk. So true, Rob. There's access now, more readily available to great technology than ever before, and we're still in a bit of a mess. The contact centers who are most challenged at the moment, says Neris, are the ones who cannot embrace positive change effectively. This is a time of great change. People have to embrace it. Yeah, we're good at change in our industry, aren't we? So we should embrace it. Danny says, in my view, there's a separate challenge in the repeated message that AI won't take jobs away. It's patently not true, and we need to evolve. So the bit that's not true is that AI won't take away jobs. So Danny, what you're saying is it will, and we need to evolve our messaging, which I think is wise in any situation, right? Kind of, we can't just roll out the same tired tropes. Bev says, I think we continue to be challenged by attracting call handlers in the industry, a combination of reputation, paying conditions up against perceived better jobs for similarly skilled individuals. So true. Very often I'm surrounded by 17-year-olds because of my daughters and their friends, and I think none of them would say, yeah, I'm quite happy to take a contact center job when it could be the best thing for them. Balancing cost control with the need to invest in new systems, training, and staff well-being. Great point, that is. Please do add your name as well, or Danny can tell you how to change your settings so that it will show up here on this system that talks to LinkedIn. It's StreamYard talking to LinkedIn. Hello, Ian. No problem. We don't give out lines or anything. There's no detentions here. And Darren's here as well. Hello, Darren. In the world of fiber, doing great things. Great to see. Now, Luke says getting C-level buy-in to the ROI of CX makes you wonder how long are we going to have these things where we all know as operators the challenges and what we should be doing about it, but still we have, because this point, Luke, is such a good one, but it's been around for a while, hasn't it? Payda says, Exco that are still unwilling to invest in positive change, coming in at the same time as Luke on a similar sort of vein. So executives that are still unwilling to invest in positive change development and support for operational teams, despite the evidence showing the value of doing so. So true, mate. Ian says, if you have a lot of IVR and coming up AI, you remove transactional work from agents and they are dumped straight into more hardcore calls with less experience and less breaks between those harder calls. We'll need more thought and investment into your agents. Really good point. Talent attraction. We need to ensure the learned experience we have needs to be cascaded quicker. Really good point, Alan. Something I know you're passionate about. So, Danny, AI will take roles. 100%. Sorry, roles is far more accurate than jobs. 100%. It already is. Yet the message we hear is AI is supplementing or enabling roles, not taking them away. AI will fundamentally change almost all knowledge based and service roles, I believe. Um, every conference you go to at the moment talks about AI, doesn't it? So um, it's here. We should embrace it. We should be at the vanguard of using it effectively. It's a great opportunity to deal with a lot of these challenges here by attracting youngsters by saying, look, you want to get involved in AR, we're using it right now. Marianne says companies really putting their customers first. They say they do. However, lots of things arise in companies and the customer always gets deprioritized. And Marianne, that's really true. And I think it ties in with the kind of empathy challenge that Mark mentioned earlier on. You know, how do we refresh our team members' empathy towards customers? Um, Luke Dobson, I'll swap you for the ROI of culture. Yeah, sure, Danny. I imagine that is a challenge for you, kind of, and it's you have to educate, and you do a great job at that. Um, Alan says we have all had fantastic experiences, sometimes purely by accident at the start. Yes, Alan, that is true. In some instances, we just do not make the industry look sexy enough to attract the top talent. Well, think of all the people here. What a sexy group we are. But I get your point completely, and it alludes to the point I was making around AI. You know, that's an opportunity for us to make our industry, to show it to be sexy, right? Um, Morris says we have a lot of tech options, but we still don't know how to use it well. This has been the same since IVR, outbound dialers, email, etc. We must map our customer journey and employee journey, and we need accountants who are trained in CX. Yes, true. Nothing happens until the pain of remaining the same outweighs the pain of change. Arthur Burt, what a great quote, Neris. Nothing happens until the pain of remaining the same outweighs the pain of change. Wow, that's brilliant. And can apply to so many facets of our life, right? Um, Morris answers, Danny, I expect AI will take 50% of roles over the next 2 to 3 years. And you think how quick that is. This is a significant, huge change, probably along the lines of what we had to go through in the pandemic for an industry, if this is to be the case. And there's no reason to doubt what you guys believe. So are we ready for it? You know, that is a real big challenge, isn't it? So um, some great points here. Oh, another quote. Another quote. The only constant in life is change. Heraclitus. Heraclitus? Have I pronounced that right? Oh, you can't talk back. We're going with that. The only constant in life is change. I love it. AI is a huge disturbance driver, says Peter. Too many roles are built around complex repetition of tasks and hoarding knowledge as specialism. Oh, that's brilliant. But people don't like change until they see that what could be is significantly better than what is. Oh, Peter, just absolute gold there, mate. Um, Marianne says AI is extremely important, and of course, it's going to take certain roles, but it will make others. Lovely spin on that, Marianne. We have to embrace AI in the right way and entwine it with us humans to make a great experience. Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. It's certainly, in a small way, started to make even what I do easier. I've utilized it a lot more than previously. I wish there was some sort of AI that could control the various animals that are causing havoc out there. So you guys once again have produced some great stuff here. I'm hoping there would be a way that AI could take all of this, just bung it straight into a newsletter so that we can share your thoughts far and wide, because I'm very lucky that you guys come because you absolutely know your stuff. Now, Scott says, I think the industry itself isn't respected how it should be. Preach, brother. Around 4 to 4.5% of the UK's working population is employed in the contact center industry. That's around 800,000 people. It is a huge contributor to the UK economy. Couldn't agree more, Scott. And I could go on about this for ages. Because if you think about contact centers and the impact they have on their local communities, it's nothing but positive in so many ways. And that's through charitable causes, through education, through not just providing jobs and meaningful careers for people, but in what that brings to their local communities. So I couldn't agree more. And of course, everybody uses contact centers. Rob says AI is an enabler and efficiency driver. And I think we've all got on that bus now, haven't we? AI can be a great tool if used correctly. Businesses need to understand their overall customer journey, says Mark, and not be focused on cost savings as their priority. Now, Alan is responding to Rob. Should be seen and used to enhance both customer and advisor journey. Would you? We just do not sell it well enough at times, in my opinion. Very true, Alan. Very true. We need better. Some of this is we need better marketing of our industry outwards. We need to, we have some great stuff going on, and we need to market ourselves far better than we currently do. Because the only thing out there about us pretty much is 90% negative. Rob and Alan in 100% agreement there. So you guys have absolutely nailed it once again. Thank you very much. Now, I'm not sure if she is with us today, but some of you may know this person personally or have seen some of her posts. But I am talking about the wonderful Ruler Samara Sellers. There she is with her gorgeous daughter, Layla. You may have seen a post yesterday. For those of you that don't know, Ruler is head of contact center at Navuna, and like a lot of us, started on the phones and has worked her way up. She has a great team. She's a wonderful human being. I got to know her after she came on the Get Out of Rap podcast. She does amazing things for her local community up in Leeds, raises thousands and thousands of pounds for charity. Now, Layla was born 7 months ago with cystic fibrosis. And you may have seen that Ruler has been on a mission to get some drugs that would prolong Layla's life authorized, because believe it or not, the agency that says these drugs can be given said no because they weren't cost effective. Can you imagine hearing that about one of your children or somebody that you know, that a drug that can help them wasn't going to be given because it wasn't cost effective? So through that campaign, Rulers really got to know the people at the Cystic Fibrosis Trust and is trying to raise £20,000. And if you check her post out yesterday, you too can join the team, and not just the team that I've created here that is now part of the Rulers team, but she's trying to raise £20,000. So please do donate directly, or if you hold your camera up to the screen, I will be doing this pretty much every week, and let's see how us, this community here, for Get Out of Rap, can support Ruler gain some much needed funds for cystic fibrosis, who will use these funds to make beautiful children like Layla's lives better, and also research for a cure, because there is no cure currently. So anything that you could give, hold up your phone to the QR code and let's start getting some donations in and show one of us. Ruler is most 100% one of us, that we are part of her team. Um, I will be sharing this later on, so if you can't do it now, no problem. But please do. Let's see anything, just a pound, £2. It's the thought that counts. But let's see what we can do to support two wonderful human beings and a great cause. Now then, he's not here today, but I hope this is going to go well. 1 second, ready? So I'm going to do that again. Am I back? Can you hear me? Let me just have a look. There we go. I should be back now. Oh, Morris, thank you so much for the donation. That is brilliant. Kicking us off. That is great. Thank you, sir. Very kind. So I hopefully signed hello, good morning, how are you? And that is because it is Sign Language Week from the 18th to the 24th of March, promoting British Sign Language through getting to know Spencer, who often rocks up here. I don't think he's here now, or maybe his comments aren't showing. I've got to know Spencer. I'm learning British Sign Language slowly. And myself and Chris had the pleasure of some tuition from Spencer, who's so passionate about our industry providing for the deaf community far better than we currently do. And the number one thing I think that starts with is awareness. Um, Great job. Oh, it is Deaf Spencer. Thumbs up for rocking British Sign Language. How about reaching out to someone from Tottenham Hotspur to team up and champion the Cystic Fibrosis Trust? Very good idea, Spencer. I regularly contact Tottenham. I don't often get a response other than please stop contacting us. So Spencer, you will be better placed than me to maybe drop into the comments some resources that people can check out, because it would be great to see our contact centers embracing this week to think about how we better equip our colleagues to have a greater awareness of our deaf our deaf customers. Who, how do they access our services right now? What are we doing for them? There's 1.5 million people in the UK who are either deaf or have severe hearing impairment, so it is a significant number. And those people are also customers and also access our services. How much can we do for them? What are we doing about it? How much are we using technology? And this week is a great week to be able to, even on a personal level, just look at what we are doing to increase our own awareness. From Deaf Spencer, I'm more than happy to introduce you to someone from Why didn't you say that? Spencer, come on. Will it result in me being able to get onto the pitch? Oh, Jordan's here. Sorry I'm late to the party. I hope everyone is doing well. Superstar Jordan over at Gravity, great company for providing you with your team's next entertainment kind of destination. So do check out Jordan, and do check out Sign Language Week. All you need to do is put that into Google, and this site is the first one that comes up. So Danny, you will be pleased to know we have a new VT. Are you ready for this? What's that hunger to survive, just to ride the grind, to take it the way you gotta take it and never stop. I came to win, yeah, I came to win. I came to win, yeah, I came to win. With a lot going on, I thought, wouldn't you rather a winning team? I can speak to Pompey. I have a soft spot for Pompey, Mark. That's cool. Dear Mr. Levy, please bring back Harry. Love, Martin T. 50 in a little bit. That's true. That is actually been one of the letters from Deaf Spencer. There are only 151,000 deaf sign language in the United Kingdom. Only you can make a difference to support 700 million sign language users worldwide. Yay, Danny loves a VT. Got some Tiny Temper and Kanye vibes. Yeah, so it's not copyrighted. It's copyright free. So I don't know who it is, but I can find out, Danny. So we always have a lot going on in the industry. I just want to point you to some things. I'm in two of them. First up, this Thursday, go to Fab Solutions or Gary Gormley's own profile page. Profile page. And I'm going to be with Gary and Max from Max and Ben from Max Contact. And I've met him twice, so no excuses for that. Kind of looks like a Max though. He's gone for his guests both being bald with beards. But we are going to be talking about the contact center world is not just an entry level job. So that is Thursday, 1 till 2 on LinkedIn. It'd be great if you could come along to that. Now, for our team leader community, look at that. I love that picture of Peter. He just looks so friendly, and he is friendly. But Pete is going to be doing a masterclass in the community on QA as a team leader. So if you're not part of the team leader community and you want to join, just let me know and you can get in and come to that on Friday. If you know team leaders that would benefit from that, why not use this as an opportunity to join the team leader community? We have over 350 now. 3 more joined yesterday. So it will be great to have you join. Danny says Ben's a great guy, started on the front line, under desks, installing IT for customers, worked up to CEO. Yeah, that is a great story. A much better story than Max's. Next up for your diary is when she's not quitched up with Bucky, Neris, myself, and Nick are going to be talking about unlocking the power of agent engagement and empowerment. That is all the way on the 30th of April, but it would be good to have you note it in your diaries ready for then. I don't know if Nick knows what he's let himself in for, because me and Neris are going to go off on about 1 billion tangents, I imagine. So I will share all of these. I've put the link in there, but if you can remember that number, you're a better person than me. A lot of baldy beardies, Martin. Not very inclusive. Very true. Very, very true. We are representing a specific group. Why do I keep spotting handsome dudes in every single presentation? Should I go bald to match your cool style, fellas? Keep your hair as long as you can, is what I would say to that, Spencer. You've got a lovely head of hair. Now then, we didn't do it last week because Chris was absolutely smashing it on GOW X. If you are interested in GOW X, please do let me know. I know Morris is going to come and do one on customer confusion, which I think is going to be fascinating, having spoken to him a bit about that before. This is the next big thing coming straight from Morris, is customer confusion. But if you would like to come and do 10 minutes here on this show, please just let me know. It would be great to make it a bit more diverse, Ray, and have other groups coming on now and doing something on GOWX. Please do let me know. It's what a lifetime in contact centers does to us. I also would like to see if everyone would be up for that first question. Perhaps in the future we do it when there's 10 of us on the screen, or up to 10 people, and we go a bit kind of like university challenge and have 2 rows. Yes, but we haven't done this for a while. You'll be pleased to know it means another VT. Here we go. It's the read along. We've started, haven't we? UK Contact Center Decision Makers Guide 2024 from Contact Babel. And I don't know if the mayor is still with us. Chris, if you're still with us, or anyone else with an interest in planning, WFM, scheduling, because we are starting that section right now. So let's kick off with use of workforce management systems by contact center size. So let's have a look at this. Well, I just add in. Ah, he is great. So we will be led by you, Chris. Chris is here. If we have a look at that, based on contact center size, at the top bar you have average. So use of workforce management systems, 53% used now. They've no plans to replace or upgrade. 15% used now, and they are looking to replace or upgrade. So they are going to get swooped on. 7% will implement within 12 months. So they don't have it, but they're going to get it. 10% will implement after 12 months. And 14% don't believe, or they have no plans to implement it. So normally when we see some of these charts and it's the difference between small, medium, and large, there aren't that many differences. But I was struck in this one by the difference between small and large. Is it because the small contact centers think they can or are just doing it with Excel manually, that they have such a small team? They're like, look, we're fine. We've got it. It's quite relaxed. Because only 30% use it. Well, 39%. 34% have no plans to implement it. And if you compare that with a large contact center, 74% are using it. Oh, actually, 74 and 18% are using it. The vast majority are using it, and they're quite happy with what they've got. Is this what you would expect to see? Does it relate to what you experience? What are your thoughts on this? Is it an opportunity? Um, Interesting that the small market don't get an offering that suits them, says Morris. Yeah, very true. Um, and you would think now, given access to technology has never been easier. Um, Rob says calculating ROI over a smaller center is more difficult to get sign off. But for you guys that have more knowledge of this than me, surely there are still benefits to having it, even if you're in a small contact center. There are still benefits to having workforce management in place, a workforce management system in place, even if you are in a small contact center. If there was a good solution, people would use it. Yes, good point. Excuse me. Okay, well, let's let's move on to what people are using their WFM systems for. Now then, there's a lot of information here, so I've had to squidge it in a little bit. Starting at the top, we have automated intraday changes. Uh, yeah, so this is the percentage, and you'll see you've got small, medium, and large. Hold on, here we go. Variance clearly shows the economies of scale. Onboarding and license costs are out of reach for many smaller contact centers. Um, Good point, Scott. Now, Chris is saying WFM providers don't really focus on the small end. Those that do, it's often no better than controlling via spreadsheets. Oh, interesting. As the larger systems are often cost prohibitive. Ah, again, every day is a school day. That is interesting. Um, if the hours are condensed and the delta between headcount and FTE isn't that great, then it can be done on Excel. Okay, great. Thank you, guys. Right, let's look at the functionality. What are people using their WFM solutions for? We have automated intraday changes, outbound blended planning, sorry, agent self-scheduling, voice forecasting and scheduling, what if scenario planning. Um, that's an interesting one. 55% of the larger contact centers are making use of what if scenario planning. Um, Then we have remote hybrid workforce scheduling, back office planning, multi skilling, multi channel forecasting and scheduling, reporting, and real time adherence. So the two most used functions are real time adherence and reporting. I am really intrigued by what if scenario planning. Here comes Raimondo with a bit of a tangent. But having come from a CCAS world, dropping back into BPO, I see a failure of vendors account managing the smaller clients and thereby missing a trick to upsell ancillary systems, of which WFM is one. Really interesting. So the smaller clients don't get the necessary client management that could actually apply some of these, fixes and nice fits. Really good point, Raimondo. Um, what do we think of this? Does any of this surprise you? We can see that um, the average is there, and there is still that discrepancy. Large contact centers making much more use of the extra functionality over and above real time adherence and reporting, and multi channel forecasting and scheduling to also use to get better at their remote hybrid scheduling, the what if scenarios, uh, agent self scheduling. I would have thought that would have been higher. Is that still to come for those in the know? Is that where we'll see the biggest change? Where we'll have far more agent self scheduling? Um, from Spencer, how do leading UK contact centres ensure efficient resource allocation and workforce management in their back office operations, particularly in response to fluctuating demand and evolving customer needs? Great question, Spencer. I'm hoping some of the whiz kids that are on here that would know that will be able to answer. What if is a standard thing for really large mission critical contact centers. We used to do it manually. Yeah, what if? What if this happens? What if that happens? Um, so Darren, thank you for sharing, Darren. Yep, spreadsheets here currently. We're small and in the yellow on this graph. We'd love to get something in, but it's not a priority for a while. So it's more about there's other things to do first, and then that's going to be a nice to have, right? So yeah, fascinating stuff. Now, scheduling of multi-channel workforce activity by contact center size. So how are you addressing multi-channel workforces? How are you scheduling their activity? So in green is we're using the same WFM application as voice. Yellow is separate scheduling. Blue is not scheduled formally, it's done ad hoc. And red is no or very little multi-channel work done. So the large contact center, 72% of them said we use the same application as for voice. 55% in the medium size contact center, and 45% in the small. Darren is agreeing with Rob there. No real surprises with this slide, is there? There is more to come on WFM. You'll be pleased to know. Most of the CCAS vendors have a tick the box WFM solution, says Neris, in the basic license packages. They are not much of a step up from Excel spreadsheets, but are digital, and the functionality is evolving. Oh, that's good to know. Also depends on where you are in the evolution of your tech stack. May have other key priorities that take precedence. Yeah, so true. Now, just to go back to this slide for Scott's point here. On the last slide, I don't think this really shows us anything apart from larger companies of bigger budgets and thus better WFM tools. The smaller centers will likely not have the functionality rather than not use it. Scott just cutting through all the BS with what is the most accurate point. It's not the question, but it's interesting how few respondents have no multi-channel individual advisor level. It used to be voice advisors didn't do web chat didn't do email, but that looks like it's the exception nowadays. Now, Pete Spencer, $1 million question. All too often, even award-winning CCs aren't doing so well. So high abandonment rates, long waits, stressed advisors, and that is in answer to this question. How do leading UK contact centres ensure efficient resource allocation and workforce management in their back office operations, particularly in response to fluctuating demand and evolving customer needs? And Pete, again, just to repeat Peter's response, all too often, even award-winning contact centres aren't doing well. So high abandonment rates, long waits, stressed advisors, it's a familiar picture, isn't it? In terms of workforce training and development, says Spencer, what initiatives have been successful in enhancing the skills and capabilities of agents to handle diverse communication channels effectively? So, really good question, Spencer, around how are we equipping our teams, to Danny's point as well, that we're now asking to do more than one channel. How are we equipping them to do this? How are we preparing them and training them to do this? And I imagine that takes up quite a bit of our L&D and training team's time. You would hope it would anyway. Or is it the case of when I was on the phones, you're now doing this? Figure it out as you go. You're going to make mistakes. Don't worry. Just learn from them. So just before we go, thank you again for joining. I just want to put this back on the screen. Please do get your camera out on your phone. Have that QR code ready. That's going to take you to the Just Giving page for Team Get Out of Rap, which is a sub team of Ruler's team. And we have the ability to contribute to Ruler's target of 20,000. I think she's up to about £500 already, or 380, 390, something like that. I hope so. Hold on. Let me just get these. Neris. Big cultural shift in the back office. Not fans of walkaway codes, etc., but more businesses are moving out from the moat of the ACD agents and applying WFM to the back office. Thank you, Neris. Chris says, Scott Williams, additionally, larger contact centers have more moving parts, more bespoke scheduling requirements, more complexity and high volumes of requests to manage. So the need for WFM is greater to help manage the workload. So true. And Peter, Scott, larger companies, bigger budgets, all too often it leads to increased KPI scrutiny and ops being squeezed. Wowzers. Lots to do then, haven't we? So my request of any of you watching who would like to come and do a GOW X, we have Morris is going to do something on customer confusion. I would love any of you, if you want to come in and do 10 minutes, you would have seen Chris's and Clayton's and Danny's. So please do. The stage is going to be yours. Let's get behind Ruler. Even if you can't donate, jump on her post and let's get that spread far and wide. Mark says the 3 times that to speak to DWP, average wait time to speak to an advisor, 1 hour, 10 minutes. I actually felt sorry for the advisors I spoke to. One of us need to offer them some help, I feel. Yeah. Can we include HMRC in that as well? 2 hours the other day for something that I didn't want to talk to them about. I really just wanted it all to go away. But I had to stay. It kind of prolonged the agony. Thank you all very much for joining. It's been great to spend Tuesday morning with you. I've had a night of it last night, family stuff. You know what it's like. So I was feeling a bit sorry for myself this morning. And this has really, really cheered me up. It's nice to be amongst friends and colleagues in our industry and to learn from you guys. So I hope in some way this is a nice part of your morning as well. That's what you get for tax dodging. I wish I was clever enough and had enough to be able to do that. It's more about just not having enough and being pretty rubbish with it. But yeah, this has really cheered me up. Thank you all very much. It's lovely to chat about the things that we're most passionate about. Hope you have a wonderful day. The kids said slay the day in the post the other day. I love it. Slay the day. So I hope you all slay the day. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. Get your teams into British Sign Language. And bye bye, everyone. It's another VT for you, Danny. It's an old favorite. It's the outro.